Hey everybody, right now is making barbecue sauce time. Now, as you can see, it's all salt free, except for the ketchup that's over here. Might have salt in it, and it might not be gluten free for those that have celiac disease. So make sure you look into that on that. That's the one I have available today. What I'm going to do is use the food processor to dice up the onion and the jalapenos. That's my vegetables that I'll be putting in there. And then the other things I'll be putting in is apple cider vinegar, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, and liquid smoke, and brown sugar, as you can see back there in the little bowl, and ketchup. It all goes in a sequence of different things. When you cook the onions and the jalapenos, make sure they're translucent before you start adding a bunch to it, and make sure you add brown sugar and seasonings before you add the ketchup and the vinegar. And I'll show you how that goes when we get to that point. Right now I'm going to put it together. Okay, so there is the jalapenos in there and the onion. And you got to make sure you wash your jalapenos before you start using them for cooking. And then we're going to put the lid on. I'm starting to do this with one hand lately. If I can. Oh. And I can't, of course. There. Now it's banged in. I need an assistant, you know what I mean? So, we're gonna grind it up. And that's kind of how you want it to look. Because if you take it out of the thing after you cook it, and you want to put it in a plastic jug to squirt it out, you want it to be small enough so that you could squirt it through the hole. Otherwise it won't be in there. So as you can see, I chopped up the onion and the 2 pieces of jalapeno. I made sure they were washed first. And I always started out with a 1/4 of a stick of real butter. I don't use fake butter or margarine or any of that stuff. It's not good for you. So sometimes you can get butter with salt in it, and sometimes you can get it without. I use salted butter only because if something asks for salt, I usually use it from the butter. So that is the beginning of that, and that's ready to add the seasonings to it. I added the cumin, garlic powder, onion powder on with the brown sugar, and that's the brown sugar right there. My one friend makes barbecue sauce all the time, and he makes it so hard. It's really not a hard job. I don't know why. It's gotta have to be overly expensive or hard to do, but it's really not. So what you want to do is make sure you get the brown sugar in there and the seasonings in there and get cooking so that you can start getting ready for the liquid smoke and the ketchup. So that's got to cook for about 5 minutes, and then we'll add the liquid smoke and the ketchup. So there is the barbecue sauce. I added the liquid smoke, the vinegar, and ketchup. And now what it's got to do is cook for about an hour, because you want everything to marry together really well. And make sure you're stirring it every once in a while. And don't have it on too high either, like a medium heat. I don't know if you can see that. That's about where you keep it. And it comes out fantastic, just like that. And it might be a little darker too, because it'll cook more. And if it burns a little bit on the bottom, that's okay, because you want it to have barbecue flavor, and the little burn is perfect. I used to do that at my restaurant. I had one little burn in there, and that was it. The thing was done, ready to go, and good for all the pulled pork that I used to make. Yummy. Okay, enjoy.